Happy Friday to you. Hope you've had a wonderful week. I've had a good week of meeting with clients and doing some coaching, doing some branding, and it's been a wonderful, fun week. And so at the end of the week, I just wanted to share a quick tip for you. What do you do when you get stuck, when you don't have any ideas of how to move forward? You're kind of in this place of, I don't know what to do next. Well, here's a quick tip. Here's something to think about next time you face that kind of a dilemma, is simply ask yourself, what would somebody else do? What would grandma do? What would a uncle do? My wife's brother, when he was a young guy, he had a problem he was trying to solve, and he asked himself, what would grandpa do in this situation? And it helped him to get unstuck from where he was and with the thing that he was wrestling with. And so sometimes when it comes to problem solving, the answer is simply just look outside of yourself. A lot of times we try and look at things in the context of who we are and what we would do and how we should do it. But the truth is, a lot of times we are not the market. The people that we are trying to reach are actually in a different demographic, or maybe a different market, or different life drivers than what you have. And so sometimes we need to look outside of ourselves to see what would somebody else think in that situation, whether it's somebody you know, or whether it's sometimes a fictional character. You know, you get knocked down, what should you do? Well, you just get it up. That was a terrible Rocky. Okay, or when you face a situation where you're trying to choose between two things, well, you leave the gun and take the cannoli. Or if you need to decide on where to go with your business, what's the next step? Well, what you could do is say, well, that's not a knife, this is a knife. So you can look at fictional characters. Sometimes simply looking at what would a fictional character do in this situation helps change your perspective and helps you to think of what you're trying to solve in a very different way. And so look at those things that you're facing sometimes and say, what would this person do in that situation? What would my grandma do? What would my uncle do? What would this particular person that is a customer do? And one of the things that I do for clients is I help them come up with personas, or a summary or an idea of what their ideal client or clients look like. And we create a whole profile around that, and it gives you a tool to help you solve those kind of problems. What do you do? How do you market to this person? Is this message that we're putting out right now, is this creative that we're putting out right now, is it actually reaching this person that we have listed or defined as one of our core customers and one of their profiles? And so when you face a challenge, a great way to get past that challenge is to simply ask yourself, what would another person do? And what that does is it gives you a totally different perspective. And sometimes, even if that person is not necessarily a client, it really, what it does is it starts your mind thinking in possible different solutions. And so you look at it and say, do you know what? I can look at this problem and I look at it from that person's perspective, but while that might not be the exact answer that I need right now, it's helped me to see that, maybe I'm missing something in this core area. So that's a challenge I want to give to you this afternoon on a Friday. Look at your problems maybe from a different perspective, and it'll give you an insight that maybe you weren't expecting. And if you need help with coming up with personas or profiles of your ideal customers, please give me a call. I'd love to help you out. I've done this for many clients. I've done this for national clients and as a consultant, and it's a great way to help your business to define who your core market is and to speak to that market with specific messaging and visuals and communications. And it really does help you succeed in your business when you understand who your core client is and how to reach them effectively. You guys have a great Friday and a great weekend, and I'll be chatting to you later. You guys take care. Bye-bye.